Oh boy, y'all. What a game. What a game. What a game. And I don't even know if I'm saying that for the right reasons. I'm Camille Davis coming to you from the Pack a Day podcast YouTube page after a 27-20 victory for the Packers over the Giants. It ends a 2-game losing streak for the team. And y'all, I guess I'll start here and just say, I guess once we saw them score 27 points, we should have knew that they was about to win because 27 points seems to be the magic number for this offense. But what a weird, sloppy, self-inflicted penalties and just mistakes, injury riddled game for the Packers. They had to fight through a lot of different things in this game, including themselves. Like they made the game so difficult on themselves. But at the end of it all, they got a much needed win. Drops. Drops were the story for this team on offense and defense. Again, just not taking advantage of the opportunities. I think the Packers had 7 or 8 drops on offense today. They had 5 drops in the first half alone. And just for some added context on how strange it is for this season, in this season, to see the Packers have that many drops, from weeks 1 through 9, the Packers had 5 drops combined. They had 5 drops in the first half of this game alone. They had 3 drops last week. I think they had another drop or 2 in, or 2 or 3 drops, I think, in the second half of this game as well. So just too many drops. And from a lot of different people. Dobbs, whose hands have been really strong for most of the year, a couple of drops for him and in some inconvenient times like third down conversion situations. Dobbs did make it up a little bit, later in that first half alone, just kind of getting back in there, making some big catches, moving the chains. But you had Musgrave with some drops. And listen, the fumble on Musgrave that they actually called, I thought was less of a fumble than the fumble that they actually overturned in the game. Not a great game for Musgrave there. Wicks had a drop. Watson had a drop. Like Jordan Love's stat line would look so much different if guys caught the ball. Instead of being 13 or 24, he would have been like 20 a 24, 21 a 24. So it looks a little bit different when that happens there. Winston, Jameis, famous Jameis, not eating no dubs today. He should have had about 4 interceptions himself today, but the Packers kept dropping them. Valentine dropped 2. Javon Bullard dropped 1, but only after McDuffie had great pass breakup on him. He lit him up. His own teammate, reason he wasn't able to catch that one. Then Nixon dropped like a deep bomb from Winston there, but luckily Evan Williams was able to get 1 at the end of the game for the Packers to kind of help seal the deal for the squad. I just want to see complimentary football, to be honest, for a full game. I would love to see kickers hitting their kicks, especially when they're point after attempts. Now, it was windy. It was windy in New York, well, Jersey, where they technically play. So, like, I get it, but 2 missed point after attempts, that's tough. That's tough. And it's not even the kicker that everybody's been maligning the last few weeks. Because McManus, he wasn't even playing. It was Lucas Haversek this time, the guy everybody's been wanting to see, and that was unfortunate. Then, like in the second half, complimentary football, right? The first 2 Giants drives of the second half were long. Packers came out, scored, Giants get the ball back, go on a 16 play, nearly 10-minute drive. Now, they didn't get any points over it. It was turnover on down. Shout out to Micah Parsons and that defense for getting that goal line stop. Packers come out. They have a 3 and out. And then the Giants offense comes back out. And after having a 16-yard play that went almost 10 minutes, they then followed it up with a 15-yard play for nearly 8 minutes. It's like your defense didn't even have time to really rest in between the time of getting a big goal line stand and then having to come back out again. And that second drive went 85 yards. Like, it's tough, but they were able, again, to find a way in this one, and they had to find their way through injury. Like I mentioned, Jordan Love's stat line would look a little bit different if it wasn't for drops, but shout out to Malik Willis, because Willis came in on the second drive, I believe it was, for the Packers here. Love injured his left shoulder. After the game, Love said that it's manageable. It's painful, but manageable. So, keep an eye on that going forward. But Willis came in and helped lead the team to their first touchdown of the day, an important drive. And that touchdown pass that he had to Watson was beautiful. Like Malik Willis is 2 of 2 for 1 touchdown, and that 1 touchdown was a beauty. Watson, all hands on that one. All hands on that one. He had himself a good day too. Christian Watson did outside of the drop mentioned earlier. 2 touchdowns for Christian Watson in this game, 1 from each quarterback. Ironically enough, you had Josh Jacobs go out and did not return. You had Romeo Doubs kind of in and out throughout the day. You could tell he was really battling through something in this game. You had Golden banged up. You had Mosby, who looked like his shoulders about to fall off after he laid that hit on the kick return, but he came back. He returned. You had Quay Walker leave the game with a stinger. You had Zach Tom out, although he did come back as well. So, like, again, they had to overcome a lot of different injuries here for the team. Some guys came back, some guys didn't. They're already kind of beat up. They had to overcome their own mistakes with the drops on both sides of the ball. And they had to withstand a run game here. Like, you look at the final numbers in this game and you look at like just the total yardage between the two teams, where the Giants outgained the Packers in total yards. The Giants ran more plays than the Packers. They passed for more yards, they ran for more yards, but ultimately the Packers were able to get some timely stops as well as some timely touchdown. So might not have been as clean of a game as you would want against an opponent like the Giants, who were 2-8 coming into this game, had just fired their head coach, didn't have their starting quarterback, down their star wide receiver as they have been for a while, down their star running back, all the things that come in and you're like, hey, Packers should win this one handily. Wasn't handily, and it wasn't easy. A lot of it on the Packers' own shoulders, but ultimately they found a way to win, and that is important, especially after the Bears beat the Vikings today to move to first in the division ahead of Sunday Night Football. So we'll see how that shakes out with the Lions, but who would have thought? Who would have thought? But at least the Packers are able to continue to be in touching distance of the top of the division and in the thick of the playoff race. That's all you can ask for at this point, outside of, just the play looking better week after week. So they're getting ready for a gauntlet now. Here comes some challenges. They got to get ready for it. So make sure you stay tuned in to the Pack a Day podcast, continually to break down the game throughout the week and as well as previewing what's up next for the Packers. As always, y'all, go Pack, go.
Hey friends, it's time to get our sleeper picks in for Monday Night Football. Let's be real. Cowboys, Raiders, it's not the greatest Monday Night Football game in the world. That's why we get our sleeper picks in. It makes it so much more exciting. I've got 3 picks for you. CeeDee Lamb, anytime touchdown. I have a feeling they're going to feature him early and often, and he ends up getting in the end zone. Also, Tyler Lockett for the Raiders. They continue to utilize him. I'm not exactly sure why, but more than 27.5 receiving yards. The Raiders at some point in this game are going to have to get back in the game, and I expect Geno Smith to target Tyler Lockett in that scenario. Also, Ashton Jeanty, more than 62.5 rushing yards. Despite trading away Micah Parsons, somehow that Cowboys run defense has not got better. They're one of the worst run defenses. Ashton Jeanty picks up more than 62.5 rushing yards. Either way, make sure to get your sleeper picks in over on Sleeper. Right now, you can get a 100% match up to $100 by utilizing code PACKADAY. Again, a 100% match up to $100 by utilizing code PACKADAY. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper for details. Also, they're available in over 25 states nationwide, so check out if it is available where you are located and to get those sleeper picks in ahead of Monday Night Football.